Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Clip It podcast, episode 48. And this is a bit of a different one. As you can clearly tell, I'm by myself. It's a transitional episode. We're going from season 2 to season 3, which is very exciting. And yeah, I wanted to try something different. We're going to just talk about how this year's been, where I hope how the year will end, and the future of the Clip It brand in general. I'm going to talk a few things about the podcast, myself, and some other surprises that I hope to come out in the next year. Now, I have an actual list written down here of stuff I want to talk about, and that is actually something that is a topic that we're gonna go over and see. For the future, it's something for the future. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into season 3 and start it off with a bang. As you can clearly see, the visuals are different. I introed this with the old visuals because this is something I wanted to talk about. I've always used my podcast as a creative island, I guess, somewhere where I can just do what I want, have fun, and not have to worry about it. And you can see that in a lot of the early episodes. I went without a change for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then it would be something different. And this was because I was just trying something. I'd be at work in my own mind and just be like, well, that's a cool idea. Or I could try this, or I could try that. New techniques in Blender, new techniques in DaVinci Resolve, new interesting stuff that comes out for Affinity Photo or Designer. And so, these would come up and I'll be like, wow, that's different, that's cool. And I would use this podcast as a way to test that, try something new. And you can definitely see that in the early episodes. I go from animated intros and backgrounds to still images, slightly cleaner looking stuff, to what we have now, where I'm actually very happy with how it's looking overall. Season 2 we changed a few times, the visuals, the thumbnails, and some of the animations, but it wasn't too much. I kind of had a design philosophy and I wanted to stick to that, and especially with the Clip It brand as a whole, I've now really stuck to something that I'm going to stay with, an actual design philosophy that I'm going to stick to and keep to and actually keep doing, which is something I'm excited for and something we'll be talking about in the future. So the main topic, the main thing we're going to start off with is where have I been? We haven't had a episode for 6 months, I want to say, maybe a little bit longer now. And you know what? There is no excuse. I've just been a mixture of procrastinating, lazy, and busy at the same time. It's been an interesting few months. But I did say I was going to take a couple months break between season 2 and season 3, and here it is. That 6 month break was it. I have just been doing a lot. I've been trying to work on the Clip It brand as a whole, try and push it forward to an actual sort of company, I guess. I've been working hard editing for the that friendly guy, as well as looking for other clients. I've been messaging other people and just putting myself out there, and that's been taking up a couple hours a day. Sort of, it's been a busy couple months doing that, and it's going places. It is working, but it's not anywhere near where I want it to be. It's not. It's. I'm not done with what I want to do with that. And overall, with work, I've been making new friends, talking to my current friends, the Clip It crew. I still talk to them. They're my everyday friends. I love them to bits, and we play games all the time. So, I've just been spending a lot of time doing that, talking to them, playing with them, as well as my airsoft. I've been playing airsoft every week, and I'm seeing that bunch of friends quite a lot more now. So it's taken up a lot more of my time here and there. So yeah, that's where I've been, and that's what I've been doing in those 6 months. Is just editing, working on the Clip It brand, and playing airsoft. That more or less fills in those 6 months. So yeah, I do apologise. It was kind of just a random hiatus that just came out of nowhere. I'd always planned, as mentioned, to do a break from season 2 to season 3, and my plan from the very start of this year was to book guests and plan out better episodes, some ones that we film in IRL. We really wanted to do that when we did our trip to London, but it was just sort of everything's happening now. I didn't get any time to plan it. We just did what we did. So I do plan on doing stuff like that. I do plan on booking some big guests, and overall just having some fun with the podcast in season 3. But I haven't done that. Again, it was just a random break I just decided to take because I got busy. And one of the things I wanted to do but never did because I thought it was a bit of a cheat, I guess, was do episode 48 as we are now and then take the break. I wanted to say, right, this is our episode. And I think I kind of did this. This is fun fact. This is the second time we've recorded episode 48. I did record an actual episode with Agent Oink and Delicious, but it wasn't up to par with what I wanted. And as mentioned, I wanted to push into season 3 as much as I can, and I felt bad with taking the break now. I didn't want to go, hey, here's episode 48 6 months later, I'm taking a 2-month break. I just didn't want to do that. So I've been pushing a lot more for this, and that's why I'm doing this episode. I need to stop hitting my mic. What else do I have written? So, what have I got planned for the future of the channel? I should really hyphen that to channels, because now we have the Clip It Crew channel that is live on YouTube, as well as the Clip It podcasts. The future. What do I have planned? Well, a lot, to be honest. Again, this isn't something I'm going to stop doing. It's something I do plan on working on a lot. And I'm going to put a lot of my time and effort into it. So, right. Let's talk about that. And as our favourite feud reviewer would say, let's wet the whistle. So, future of the channel, future of the podcast. Season 3, I want to make bigger and better than everything else I've done. As mentioned, I want to book some special guests. I've got this written down here, so we might go into more detail. But I want to book some special guests. I'm going to go email around, talk to people I know, see if they could help out with that. But my plan is to book some special guests. I know a few that would like to. We've mentioned them. Maxim, an old friend from streaming. I'd like to get Toby PSG back on. Potentially Not My Tea. Get them to revisit the channel. I think that would be fun. Same goes for like Love Mitt, Human Shields, Darth, Makashi. Get them on maybe a special IOP episode, all of them on, stuff like that. That's something I would love to plan to do. I am planning to do and would love to actually execute. So that's what I want to kind of do with the channel. As for season 3, I want to try and keep it consistent to fortnightly episodes. I think that worked the best, especially with all our work schedules. And when it comes to booking guests, it gives them time, it gives me time to actually sort it out and get it sorted and get it 100% in there. So fortnightly uploads is something I'm going to stick to. As for the Clip It Crew, I yet to have a video for that. But that's because I just haven't had the time to record a good video I'm happy about. There's plenty of content I have recorded. We have a Dead by Daylight session that I recorded. And something else, but I can't think of what it is off the top of my head, which I want to get edited down and uploaded onto the channel. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That will definitely be in the Discord and on my Twitter. That's something I'm looking forward to doing. The Clip It Crew channel, for those who don't know, is a channel dedicated to videos of me and the Clip It Crew. So me, Delicious, Agent Oink, Universal Madness, Ash, my partner, Cassidy or Ghost, she goes by on here. If those videos go up, I will let you know, but that channel is dedicated for that. That channel is just a side project I wanted to have a lot of fun with. Again, just to have a creative outlook. on my editing, to experiment with new things, have fun with it, and just enjoy myself. So realistically, I'm going to be aiming for about a video a month on that channel, but we'll see how it goes. It might be more, it might be less. It's just a fun channel for me to upload our videos on, and I'm going to make them like proper high quality, over the top amazingness. Every single video is going to be fantastic. So that's the Clip It crew, and the Clip It podcasts. They're both passion projects. The whole Clip It brand is a passion project, and I've been working a lot on figuring out how I can push it forward, and get the most out of it. And recently I've reorganized how it kind of works. So so in total I have the Clip It brand. It's the Clip It Limited or org or whatever, just Clip It. And under that, you could kind of see them as sisters companies, or just like what lies in the Clip It brand. You have the Clip It podcast, what you're watching right now, the Clip It crew, the Clip It clothing, which is something I would love to work on. That is in the future, but I'm just keeping that there as something I'm just gonna just park. It's a company. I love clothing, as you can tell. I wear childish. I'm a big clothing fan, and I would love to have my own clothing line. So Clip It clothing is there, sticking there. I'm not doing anything with it until I know how to really polish it and make the best products possible. So we have Clip It podcast, Clip It crew, Clip It clothing. I do apologize. So I've changed them around. We have what was originally the Clip It Discord, is now changed to the Clip It community, and under that is Clip It Discord, as well as Clip It Tournaments. Clip It Tournaments was something I really wanted to work on this year, but just got pushed back and back and back. I am very sorry to Agent Oink. I put a lot of time into their work, and unfortunately it went nowhere, but it would be something I would love to do at some point in the near future. So Clip It Tournaments, it lies under Clip It community, and what used to be Clip It Tournaments is now my I guess company, Clip It Creators. This is nothing more than a concept. It's what I would love to get working, and it's something I will push forward. But it is an agency for creators. It would be, if it works out, it would be where people can go to hire an editor. It's very much like what my mentor, Sarcastic Brit, is doing, but it's my own. It's nothing I'm working on right now. It is just a passion project that if it goes somewhere, awesome. If it doesn't, it's just going to be parked there like Clip It clothing, and I'll work on it again. But yeah, I've moved that over from Clip It Tournaments to Clip It Creators. It's more of a actual company than the rest of them, but it is something that I'm just gonna work on slowly over time. I'm gonna keep editing. I'm gonna keep trying to find clients, but when I have a clientele base of people that trust me as an editor, then I can be like, right, I can hire you an editor. And I'll be the middleman. I'll review their content and shit like that. Again, that is in the future, very far, kind of like next year is sort of when I'm planning on making it big, but it is in the future. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on my own clients. I'm still working on becoming an editor that people can see as a reliable source for good content. I am far from it, but I'm getting there. I am slowly getting there. So anyway, that was that topic. What have I got planned for the future of the channel? Under that, I have what's going to happen to the Clip It brand. I kind of pushed into that a little bit. Well, what's going to happen? Nothing. The Clip It brand is going to stay. As mentioned, it's a passion project, something I've loved doing, and something I'm going to keep doing. It is my baby. Clip It is something I started, I think, like 4 years ago, and it's not going anywhere. Maybe less than that, 3 years ago, and it's not going anywhere. The Clip It brand is something I'm very, very proud of, and something I'm very happy about. It is still going strong, and I'm now only just building on the foundations I laid. You know, the Clip It crew is the next step for good content. The Clip It podcast has been going, and I'm very happy with how it's been going. And you know, just working on these things like Clip It clothing, I'm enjoying just visualizing how that goes. The new outlet of Clip It creators is something that's been very exciting for me, because it is an actual form of revenue that could be down the line, an actual form of business, which is something that's very exciting for me. So yeah, the Clip It brand is going to stay. It's not going to change. I'm actually really happy with the logo and all the designs I've done for that. Overall, I think that's its final design. Maybe later on in the future it might change, but its simplistic design is something I'm very proud of and don't think I'll be able to replicate in a long time again. So yeah, the Clip It brand is not going anywhere. Don't worry. The Clip It podcast isn't going anywhere. Yes, I am very uploading, but I'm very late to uploading, but we're here. My next thing, how is editing for others helping with my content? I think it's just self-explanatory, isn't it? You know, if you do something for someone else, it's just going to make your own work better. The more you do something, the better you get at it. What's the phrase, or what's the saying? I think it's like, if you want to master something, you do it. You master something in 10,000 hours or something like that. Like mastering something takes 10,000 hours. That goes for anything, including editing. So you know, me editing for TFG has really helped me make better content. Like my most recent video, which is still like 3 months old, maybe less than that, 2 months old, the airsoft video, that was so much better than I expected, because I've learned so much from doing this work for TFG and others. I also edited for XBlazed, for those who didn't know, and doing this has really helped me understand how to make good content, how to make good YouTube content, and how to edit in an efficient manner that isn't wasting time, both on my part and their part. So, you know, this episode's going to look better. I hope this episode looks better visually than any other episode, because I've had that understanding of what makes good content. So yeah, editing for TFG has been an absolute pleasure. Sarcastic Brit has been fantastic. You know, they've offered some other work, which I'm going to work towards now. And they've just been absolutely brilliant. They've helped me so much get to the place where I want to. It's still a slow journey. It's not going to be a couple months. You know, it's been almost a year now, and I've still been at it, and I've loved it. You know, there has been some stressful times, but that's what's going to happen. You know, it's what's going to happen. So, my nose. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. I really want to make more of my own content, both on my Tactical TV channel and the Clip It Crew channel. I'm really excited to get some gameplay with the lads, with the Clip It Crew. I really want to get some Payday 3 content out. I want to start streaming that a bit. As well as some other games that I'm not going to say right now, but we've got some games that we want to play, and I'm looking forward to making some content on that. So to be honest, I do see a video coming out on the Clip It Crew channel within the next couple of weeks, maybe even the next month, and I'm actually quite excited for that. You know, just thinking of good content makes me happy. I think this goes for anybody, really. If you make something you enjoy, you're happy. I know when I've made a good TFG video because I watch it and I enjoy it. And unfortunately, most of the time when I do that, they bomb. They do shit. There have been many, many times where I've just rushed out a TFG video and it does better than one I've put twice as much time into. And it really annoys me. It nags me because I'm like, I'm so happy. A great example would be the most recent TFG video I did. I was so happy with it. It was, and TFG even messaged me saying, "Hey, look, this video is fantastic. It's great. It's got great viewer retention. The actual edit itself is fantastic. You know, well done." And I was so proud of it. I loved the edit. I did some different stuff. I had fun with it, and that's what I love. Having fun with a video is when I know I've done good. But it bombed. You know, the video before it got 300 more views than it, and that was a rush. You know, I'm not gonna lie, TFG, if you listen to this, I'm sorry, but I rushed that video. I think I did that the morning of the upload, and I do that sometimes because I wanna release them on time. Sorry, I lost something, but I do find that I make a video rushed, and I don't know if it's because I'm rushing for it, so I do stuff that just works, but they do better, and it really bugs me. It really does bug me. So yeah, I just need to find that perfect formula for a video to work well, for me to be happy about it, and for it to perform well. So yeah, has helped. Yeah, it's helped with my content. I understand what makes a good video. Again, I haven't done that much of my own content, but I want to. I want to put more time into it. What have I got planned for myself? Well, myself, I haven't really got that much planned for myself, to be honest. I'm still working. I'm still doing a part-time job. I really, really want to push for self employment, but that is harder said than done, especially in this industry. That's a blatant lie. I just want to do it in a way where I'm happy with what I'm doing, but I don't stress myself out. I don't want to. This is the example I'm going to use. I don't want to just leave my job and then just not have money for 2 months, because I know if I leave and I push harder, I'll get clients and I'll eventually make it. But there's going to be a couple months where I'm just like, right, okay, I need to figure this out. I've got some shit to sort out. So my plan would be in the long run to save up enough for me to leave. And by that point, I would potentially have clientele for me to then, earn just a minimum where I can live off it. And then I can go from there. That's my overall dream plan, is to do that. I would love to. And again, with people like TFG and Brit in my life, it's feasible. I just feel bad asking. That's the thing. So yeah, myself, I'm trying to push to do self-employment, and that's partially why I've started the Clip It community, the Clip It creators, sorry, because if it goes well, that's a source of something else I can go down. So yeah, that's for myself. I just want to build up the Clip It crew, the Clip It podcast, the Clip It community, everything. That's my aim. I'm going to spend the next couple months just absolutely tearing it off and just working hard and hard and hard and hard and just trying to build it, just trying to get somewhere and do something that I'm happy about. I'm also planning on trying to get a tattoo. I really want a nice tattoo. I've only got one, as you can clearly tell. It's a nice shitty one there. I really want to get a tattoo on my arm. I really want to get a sleeve. Talking about myself, that's something I would love to do. I love tattoos. My partner's got loads on their arms, and my sister's got a sleeve, and I'm fucking jealous, man. I would love to build up a sleeve. That's one thing that I would love to do for myself. I also want to get my driving license so I can get a car, so I can drive. Airsoft is a bit of a away from me, so getting a lift every week is embarrassing and awkward at times. So being able to just drive there, easy, so much nicer, so much better. But yeah, no, my main plans for myself are just to be self-sufficient. I want to show everybody that I can do what they doubted. That is my main aim, to show everybody that I am better than they thought, and that is a dream, and I'm going to work towards it. Yes, I may be tired by the end of it, but if I can do it, I'm happy. At the end of the day, it's something I'm pushing for, and I'm going to try my very best to actually get. What else have I got written down here? Season 3 plans, and I've got special guests. So season 3 plans and special guests, I'm going to put into one. And again, we spoke about season 3 and special guests earlier. I think now we'll go into proper detail. So season 3, I have a few guests that I would love to get on the show, and I'm going to email around and see who we can. As mentioned, the IOP lot, Maxim, Toby PSG, Not My Tea. I would love to get them back on the show, have a chat, have a catch up, see how they're all doing. A few dream guests would be Dan or Daniel Hardcastle, also better known as Nerd Cubed. and his wife Rebecca. It would be amazing to get them on the podcast, and I'm going to see what I can do. Matophobia, well known for editing Nerdcube's videos. I'd love to get him on the show, talk to him about what he's been doing in life, how he met Dan, what they've been up to, and what he does in his own life, his own content and shit like that. TFG, I would love to get on the podcast. I've tried once, unfortunately it fell through, so it would be interesting to get him on, talk to him about content creation, especially as his editor. I think that would be a bit weird, but it would be an awesome episode nonetheless. And who else would I like to get on? I should have written this down. Tom Scott's a doubt, but it would be nice to talk to him. Scott Pilgrim, no, not Scott Pilgrim, Scott Manley. That would be an interesting talk. There's loads, there's loads. And I'm going to email out and see who we can get on the podcast. It's just going to be a lottery, isn't it? It's just going to be, hey, would you like to come on? No? Okay, next person. Hey, you like to, it's just trial and error. So I think that would be a fun thing to do, and I'm looking forward to it for season 3. But I also do want to do some special things, like a podcast on a set, but not a set, if that makes sense. Something out and about, somewhere at my house, someone else's house, where it's all 4 of us, just sat in a room, just having a nice chit chat. I would love to do that. And I do plan on doing some. It's just logistical issues, and audio issues. I have my mic. That's it. Wherever we go, we would all have to take a mic and sort that out. Yeah. There's logistical issues that are just going to be interesting, to say the least. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. But I don't really have any plans. It's just apart from I want to keep it consistent fortnightly. I want to book some special guests. I'm going to try my best, see who we can get, and I'm looking forward to it. I am certainly looking forward to it. And I've written here, I'll be ending this episode with a promise of more consistency with my content and on all the channels. Plus the hope to build it into something I've always wanted to do. Make this my dream job. That is a perfect ending right there. I want to build this into something I've wanted to do for almost a decade now. I've dreamed of being a YouTuber, but that hasn't really, that doesn't always work out. So being a content creator or content editor is my next plan, and it's something I'm working on slowly. I never expected to have the chance to already edit for someone. So I'm in a very grateful place, and I can't thank the people that have made it possible enough. We are still very, very at the bottom, not in a rude way to TFG, but just there's a lot ahead of me, and I don't see me leaving TFG. No matter who I edit for, I think TFG I'll still edit for, because he was the beginning. He was the one that started it all, and that's what I'm very, very grateful for. So, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep trying my best to build something big out of this, both with the Clip It crew, with the Clip It brand, and my my personal channels. I'm going to keep going and trying my very, very best. Anyway, this was a shorter than normal episode, about half the time. I didn't expect to talk for half an hour, though. If you did enjoy this, do leave a like and comment. Yeah. Oh, something else I just want to talk about, and I'm annoyed I'm saying this at the end, but I'm thinking season 3 could be YouTube, could be a YouTube, what's the word? It will only be on YouTube, so it will be a YouTube special, I guess. It's a case of I want to concentrate more on my Clip It stuff, and mainly the Clip It channels on YouTube. So yes, this is going to stay on YouTube, season 3. If it does well, season 4 will then release back onto other channels, other platforms, like Spotify, Google, podcast and all that. But at the moment, season 3 is going to be a YouTube exclusive. There's the word. It's going to be a YouTube exclusive. So, as I was going to say, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like and comment what you'd like to see. If you have any special guests you'd like me to try and get on the channel, do leave them down there. I do read all the comments and reply. And yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you want to listen to me just by myself, let me know. Yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra.